I'm running because it's been too long since we've had somebody represent us from the Imperial Valley. It's been 40 years since we've had somebody represent the Imperial Valley who's actually from the Imperial Valley. To give you some context, the last time we had somebody represent the Imperial Valley who's from the Imperial Valley, Lyndon Johnson was president. That's a long time ago. So I'm running because I want to get back. I want to get back to my community, to the place where I grew up. The place where I grew up, where I went to grade school, Bill Swing Elementary, Raleigh Union High School, not to forget Barbara River. And I'm running because this is the place where my family comes from. I'm a third generation Valleyite. My grandparents immigrated here from Mexico, settled a little farm 3 miles outside of Raleigh, a place where my grandmother still lives. She's 99 years old. My grandfather lived, worked, died as an irrigator. It's a place where my father and his 10 siblings, or 9 siblings, or 10 of them grew up. 5 of them, which just point out, although my grandparents could neither read nor write nor speak English, 5 went on to earn college degrees, taught me the value of education, the value of hard work, values that I bring to the table.
1 minute.
I'm finding that this is personal, this is real, this is about the Imperial Valley, it's about endless voice in the state assembly. And it's not just the Imperial Valley, it's also the Coachella Valley and Palo Verde Valley. I'm running because we need to do something. You know, we haven't had a representative here. We have challenges that need to be met. As I mentioned, jobs, education, healthcare, water rights. Specifically, I'm running to promote economic development for the region. I'm running to address challenges related to healthcare. We have too many underinsured. I'm running to promote education. We have too many needs in the education system. I'm running to protect our water rights. Water rights are extremely important for the Imperial Valley. I should tell you, we're supported by most of the members of the Imperial Irrigation District Board. Support from the majority of the city councils from 3 largest cities in Imperial County, Raleigh, Centro, and Calexico, as well as the mayors of Imperial and Calpatria, supported by members of the Coachella Valley School, as well as the former mayor Paul Toronto. Thank you very much. My name is Rick Gonzales.
Now, each candidate will have 2 questions. And for each candidate, they will not be the same question. We'll start with Mr. Perez. And that will be on your sheet, Mr. Perez. That will be question number 3. And it says, how do you plan to bring economic development to the Imperial County as a representative of the area in Sacramento? That's question number 3.
I appreciate the question. I have top 3 priorities that I will be working on as your assembly member in Sacramento. Economic development and jobs, healthcare, access to universal healthcare that's quality, that's affordable, that's culturally competent, and quality education. But in specific to your question around economic development, I think it's a shame when you have the highest unemployment rates here in the eastern Coachella Valley, as well as in Imperial County when you compare us to the state of California. We're at, I believe, at 14%, more than twice the state average. And when you look at the earnings that a family make on a yearly basis, the state average, for example, is $67,000 a year. But here in Imperial County, we're at about $37,000 a year. So we have a lot of work that we need to do to decrease that gap. For me, my responsibility as your policymaker, your assembly member, is to work on your behalf, be your tool, be your voice on many issues. But with regards to economic development, one of the first things that I will do is introduce legislation that will allocate funds for economic development programs. And this would be through the Business, Transportation, and Housing Agency. It is through this agency in which several economic development opportunities and programs are created. They oversee them. I will also work hard to encourage and to promote our enterprise zones. We currently have 3 enterprise zones. We have one in the Coachella Valley, in the city of Coachella. We have one here in Raleigh. We have another in Calexico. But we need to work hard to promote those enterprise zones. We have them now, but on one end, we need to promote them so that we can bring in the businesses that are necessary to provide the jobs for our communities and at the same time ensure that those enterprise zones continue to exist. How much time?
That's okay, Mr. Perez.
Thank you very much. You know, what would be helpful is maybe a minute and then 30 seconds or something.
I'll give you guys, I'll give every candidate 90 seconds, and then I'll let you know. Okay, next question for Mr. Gonzales. There'll be question number 7, Mr. Gonzales, and their read. Yes. Okay, question number 7, and read. How will you balance the needs of the northern part of the river? Apologize. How will you balance the needs of the northern part of the district in Riverside County and the needs of the southern part in the district of Imperial County?
That's a good question. I travel a lot to the northern part of the district of Riverside County. The question's asking about the northern part of Riverside County, which is the western Coachella Valley, Palm Springs area. They have very different needs than those of the Imperial Valley. As we know, Imperial County has serious needs, economic and job needs. We have an unemployment rate of 17%, which is 3 times the state average. We have, as I mentioned, issues like uninsured. We have issues related to job creation in general, as well as the environment related to solvency, which affects both counties, as well as the New River. Balancing the needs is a challenge, but the way I look at it is we all need job creation, particularly in the eastern Coachella Valley. They have needs just like us. There's more that we have in common than we have that's different. So it really isn't so much of a challenge of balancing the needs. We have a lot of needs in both places, particularly in the eastern Coachella Valley. They have issues related to jobs, related to education, related to healthcare, and also related to the environment, particularly with regard to solvency. It touches both of us. So in that regard, it's not very hard to balance the needs. We all have the same needs. We all need good jobs, good quality paying jobs. We all need a better education system. We all need better health care, access to quality affordable health care. We also all deeply care about the environment and air quality, which affects all of us.
Thank you. Now we go back to Mr. Perez. Question number 10 on your sheet, Mr. Perez, and it reads, I guess once you turn 50, you start looking for glasses. Can't see anybody. Anyway, question number 10 reads, how will you ensure major industrial development in Imperial County?
This is very similar to the former question regarding economic development, so I'm just going to continue where I left off. I was talking about the enterprise zones and the fact that we need to expand upon the enterprise zones and do a good job of promoting the enterprise zones. The enterprise zones allow us to bring in corporations, businesses through tax incentives. Tax incentives in which folks can hire local people and they'll be credited. Or tax incentives in the form of people or corporations and businesses buying equipment or land, purchasing land and receiving tax credits through that. I think that it's important that we continue to build upon the enterprise zones because ultimately, at the end of the day, it is a way for us to provide good paying jobs. I also think though, and I've had the opportunity of visiting renewable energy businesses. I think it's important that we look at the green collar economy. And right now, we are in the hub of renewable energy here in Brawley, as well as the Imperial County as a whole. In Palm Springs, for example, you have wind energy through WindTech and Fred Noble. Here you have opportunities for biomass, as well as geothermal, as well as solar energy. I think it's important that we work with these industries in Sacramento to make it a little bit easier for them to be able to prosper, for them to be able to provide jobs for our folks. I've heard many concerns that they have, such as the issue of their transmission lines. I want to work with IID and ensure that we're able to provide the funding that's necessary to construct and implement the transmission lines that are necessary. I think that would be beneficial to our local economy and to everyone else throughout the state of California.